welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans. I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, you can find me as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I have recovered from ripping out 4 hours of work that I did last night.
Where can they find you?
Well, they can find me in all places, but I had to get over my emotional angst first.
Okay.
So I'm cpredmor on Ravelry, and I'm usually posting as Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram. And earlier today, I posted about ripping out 4 hours of work that I had done last night. And it was not sleep knitting.
Okay.
It was sleep reading. I did not read the directions properly, so I ended up doing more pleats in what I'm going to show you than I needed to, so that I ended up with 20 fewer stitches.
Oh no.
So and then I knitted the 3 rows, so I could really get a good count. And that's when I decided to go to bed.
Good idea.
Yes. And then this morning I reread the directions and went, there's a knit 3 that I didn't see last night. Sleep reading. Really wasn't asleep, but my eyes do get tired. So in the clear light of morning, I saw what I didn't do, so I ripped it out. It was 4 hours of working on pleats. Luckily, there's Netflix.
Yes.
I was watching something on Netflix, and then something on Acorn. Acorn was a detective. I finished the whole thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it was good. Really nice. Again, another British cop flick, but it was good. So anyway, you can find me as Knitting in Our Jeans on Instagram and cpredmor on Ravelry. Yes. Anything else?
No.
I'm glad she's home. We're late by a day because this one went traveling.
I did. I went to Nashville, and now I'm back. It was for the long weekend, a little bit longer than the long weekend, but the long weekend, with a bunch of my girlfriends from college and my best friend from high school, because we all turned 30 this year. So we wanted an excuse to get together, especially because we really only see each other for like wedding events currently. And that's just we should have another reason besides that to get together. So we did. It was super fun. I do have some things I did get. I got to one of the yarn shops.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah. So
great.
I do have some new acquisitions. I guess we'll
start with that.
We'll start with that. So
I'll go in my box.
Oh, and then you'll go into your box.
Yes.
Okay. So I had been having trouble with my earrings all that first day there. I had a pair of threaders and one of them kept coming out. My left one kept coming out.
They hang down on either side.
I know.
They come out?
I don't know.
Oh.
The first one we found it back at the vintage shop that I had tried on a dress. It did not, it was not meant. It's okay. And I noticed when we went to the bookshop, which was down the block, so I walked back, we found it in the changing room. And then I thought I had lost it later that day when we were grocery shopping before we went back to the Airbnb. And I walked it all around and I couldn't find it. And I had my love note on. I couldn't find it in my scarf, couldn't find it in my coat. And I was like, well, screw it. It's lost. Done. We go home. I go to put on eyeliner or something because I hadn't that morning, and we were going to go do a cocktail mixing class because it was Valentine's Day, and so we had decided to do that, which was super fun, super fun. And I looked down and there's something shining under my love note. My earring fell down inside my sweater. Don't know how it got there. I immediately changed my earrings. But yeah, I was like, what the heck?
That
what
makes no
the
sense.
heck?
If they're hanging down both sides.
Yeah, I don't know. So that day we went walking around and I had seen these earrings and they're super architectural and just
very nice.
They're really cute. So I got those. Werewolf was the place. Brand. Oh. Yeah. And then we stopped at a stationery whatnot shop and I saw these boots.
Oh, cute.
So I picked up that pin.
Oh, I thought they were earrings.
No, that's a pin. Okay. And then on Saturday.
Don't ask me.
I'm trying to think. Saturday. Sunday. Saturday. On Saturday, we went to the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, which was really cool. And I wasn't going to get anything. And then I saw this mug. And it's huge.
It's great.
Which is what I need. Considering my current work mug is my Harley Quinn mug, which maybe we should stop using.
Yeah.
For professional reasons.
That's a good idea. So how much does this hold?
I don't know. It doesn't say. So I figured I could...
Hand wash only.
Yeah, which is upsetting. But it's really pretty. And it was like $10, so...
It may be 16 ounces.
I was thinking 18.
I think it's at least 16. Because that holds 12 ounces.
This is a 16.
This is a 16.
This is a 16, and it's bigger than that.
So maybe
it may be 18.
Yeah.
Which would be nice, because my current mug is a 20. So, and I was looking all around, actually, for a big mug, and then this one jumped out at me, and I was like, actually,
I could
do that. So, it's really pretty. It's, like, holographic and rose gold. Rose gold is becoming one of my colors, apparently. So I'm really excited. It was a lovely museum and, like, you know, Hall of Fame display. I do have some issues with the fact that there are more men than women especially in the current, like, modern day sections.
Interesting.
And, like, Reba only gets, like, one section, whereas there are some men who get full displays. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. Like, there's a lot more ladies that do a lot more for your industry than you're acknowledging. But it was a lovely museum. It was a lovely
afternoon
experience. And then yesterday, so Sunday, we went to Bliss Yarns, and I picked up a skein of Gems Luxe Fiber, which is from Vicksburg, Mississippi, right? MS?
Yes.
Mississippi. This is on their Luxe DK, which is a superwash merino, and it's Pure Bliss, which is the shop colorway.
Oh, nice.
So it's this lovely, like, robin's egg blue with some brown speckles. I tried to pick the most speckly skein of DK, but it's very pretty. The DK skeins were not very speckly. So I think this will probably become socks, because I like DK white socks.
Yes.
So that is what happened in Nashville. I also, though, finished my local Roots socks, or slippers. So I think next weekend I'll throw them in the wash and see what happens.
Okay.
But they were super fun to make, and they were actually extremely easy.
One would not think that.
No, not with how it looks. But I really like the texture on them, and I finished them yesterday, and a friend of mine started wearing them like sock puppets. So my finished object photos will be of my friend wearing them like sock puppets.
Okay.
Because I told her it was going to be, and she was like, that's okay. I was like, good, because this is making my life so much happier right now.
Very good.
And then I have done this much on the ribbing on my sleeves of my test knit that I'm still working on. But I'm still working on it.
That's good.
But yeah, that's what happened in Nashville.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, obviously more happened, but...
I couldn't remember whether I had shown you all my finished...
I don't think you did.
I don't think we have, but we'll show it anyway. Yeah. As you might remember, I'm still in the Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting Club, and so my class for this month is a washcloth. And can you see that great fish with bubbles coming out of his mouth? I love it. And of course, it is reversible. A lot of places we go when we travel, they don't give you washcloths. So these are nice and sturdy. So I decided I needed to buy some Dishy. So I went on to Knit Picks, and I bought a box of Dishy. I didn't expect this to be quite... This is not Dishy. This is worsted weight blush. They were having a sale for Valentine's Day. Almost all the colors either were pink or red or something. So this is Knit Picks worsted weight
Brava.
Enough for a sweater.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it was really cheap.
I mean, okay.
I thought it was cute. I mean, it's
It's
not an in-your-face color.
No.
So I've got enough for a sweater. I think I paid maybe $10 for it.
Okay.
I mean,
A $10 sweater, I'll give it to you.
yeah, really.
That'd be a cute love note.
So then I have...
all of the colors of Dishy.
That's right. So this was... they're just... gorgeous. And all of these, in a maroon, the reds, they were all on sale.
Very good.
I've got all the colors, so now I can do all kinds of classes, no matter what they ask for.
Good.
I've got the colors for it. So that's this. And then, I think this is more Dishy.
You did so much.
This is Curio, but this was also
100% cotton.
100% cotton, so good for a washcloth. And then more.
Oh my word.
I will have washcloths.
Yeah. Yes, you will.
So I am all set for classes, so I think I may stay in Harry Potter for a while and just do washcloths.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, as I said, a $10 sweater.
I mean, did you not just hear me? I think that'd be a good love note.
I think it's great. So then, I believe I said last week that I had finished my Myrna, but I had made twice as many buttonholes.
Yes.
Again, a problem in my reading. You'd think with glasses this big I could see something.
No.
I'm going to blame it on the scratch.
Okay.
Okay. Just like I blamed the rest of it
on
my cataracts. So I had to buy buttons. So the first buttons I got, they're just regular mushroom black buttons. They were boring. Really boring. I didn't like them.
So were these from your button box, or did you order these?
No, I ordered these. Look, they're like little moons.
They're very pretty.
I love them. So I then got those. These are from Etsy.
Ah.
I don't remember what store in Etsy, but these are from Etsy.
Very nice.
Yes. I was also looking for closures for the sweater for Chloe, which was that purple sweater that we had made in the class with Amy Detchen. And I got, first I thought maybe toggles. Only these toggles came and they were too huge.
Quite huge.
Quite huge. So then I also got these. They're, I don't know what you call them. Clips. They call them cardigan clips.
They're like large hook and eyes.
Large hook and eyes. Let's see if I can get it out. The black ones are somewhere on this table.
Okay.
I don't know where. Or I could have put them downstairs.
You might have put them downstairs. I didn't see
them
here.
There. And the other one looks the same, only with a hook.
Ah.
And they're very nice and pretty solid.
Good.
And since the sweater didn't have a button band and I'd used up all of the yarn, there was no putting a button band on it. And we were going to go over to see Chloe anyway. So I quickly put the black ones on. And her mom loved them.
Good.
Yes, so now I also have gold ones.
But is she wonderful and
Chloe was great.
Has she like doubled in size?
No.
Oh.
No, she's still
tiny.
Petite. She's still petite.
She's still our tiny nugget?
Yes, she is. So then I got on not YouTube. Amazon, thank you. And I found some other, what I think are pretty cute buttons. So this is a collection. Labels. Yes, this says handmade. I got toggles, so I could make some toggles. But I thought these buttons are really cute.
Yeah, the flowers.
These are flowers. Butterflies. Butterflies are always good for young people sweaters. And I love these red buttons.
The red ones.
They were very pretty. So I bought those.
And then you got a whole assortment.
Yes, I did. I got an assortment of antique-y looking buttons. And they're all different colors. I was thinking of putting these on my Myrna. But then I found the black ones that had moons, and I said, oh, well, they're prettier.
Yeah.
So now I've got quite an assortment.
Yeah.
Of really pretty buttons to put on my sweaters, and I'm quite excited with myself. So
I can see.
Yes.
Did you finish anything else this week?
No.
Well, I did. I finished the Baby Love Note.
Oh, good.
So this is in Yowza. I can't remember what colorway right now, but it's up on my project. I finished this right before we went away to Nashville. It's super cute.
It's very cute. And who's that for?
This is for Eleanor.
All right. Okay.
So I'm going to wash it next weekend.
Okay.
And then gift it next week.
Very good.
Yeah. It's so cute. The
Very
only
cool.
reason it took me technically longer than the adult size is because it took me like 4 days to be like, okay, I'll pick up the sleeves now.
You're
but
so
I did
funny.
that in like...
You're so funny.
I just didn't want to deal with the sleeves.
Got it.
But yeah, no, it worked out well.
Good.
It was really cute.
So I had been working on... So what I became most upset about last night was working on the...
Sanfelice?
Yeah, Sanfelice.
Oh, wow. That is...
So you can see I've gotten some length on this.
Yeah.
It was 4 inches last week, I think, and it's now reached the 8. And now I've done the eyelets up at the top. And then excuse me. Then what will happen here is that there's cabling that goes in diamonds. So, wow, this pleating that took hours last night. And particularly for doing 50% more pleats than you're supposed to, because you're turning 9 stitches into 3.
Ooh.
So it's a fold and a fold. So you're knitting 3 together for 3 stitches, and you have to fold them one way and then fold them the opposite way so that you get box pleats. I'm very pleased with how it looks.
They look really good.
And what I was doing last night, wrongly, was making box pleat after box pleat. Instead, there's box pleats and then a knit 3.
Oh.
Let's see. Where's my knit 3? Here's.
So you didn't... So, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So by doing all these box pleats, I was losing those stitches.
Yeah.
So that's how I ended up 20 stitches short.
Oh, no.
Good thing I counted.
Yeah.
So just heads up, anytime you've got some kind of different method going on in your sweater design. No. My point is, if you're designing the sweater, give a stitch count. Because it was at the point of having completed the pleats that I got a stitch count. I went, oh. I was shocked because I was pretty sure that I had the right number of stitches cast on. And I was doing patterns. It was a 21 stitch pattern repeat. And I had been fine. I mean, you can see, well, let's see from the right side. You can see that my pattern is following in that linear form. Oh, Next in Fashion. I watch all of the Next in Fashions. I had such a ball. What I like about it more than Project Runway is that these are people who are already professional.
Okay.
So they're not giving trash bags to work with.
Right.
They're giving them really nice fabrics and really nice accessories and really nice buttons and pins and all this other kind of stuff. So they want them to make really good clothes. And I was really getting interested in the detail that they were putting into it. And I blew me away. So I had such a good time watching Next in Fashion. So that was a good show. I wish I could remember the name of the cop show, because that was also quite good. I was up till all hours.
You said it was on Acorn?
It was on Acorn. And I think it may be this week's case was on
Dead Lucky?
Yes. Dead Lucky.
Dead Lucky.
Dead Lucky. I watched all of that.
It says recently watched.
Yes. Okay, so I did that. So I was busy doing that, but this is not my travel knitting.
No.
By any means. Obviously, if I can't read it when I'm seated on the sofa, I obviously can't read it when I'm in transit. So I've been having my Sequnce knitting in my purse. And I've like doubled the amount of what I've done. I think I probably, when we bought this, it looked brighter.
The skein?
The skein looks brighter than what's being knit up. It looks very dark here. And
I think
it looks very bright here.
It looks like it goes kind of in like gradient section. So it looks like it goes dark to light to dark again.
Well, I can't wait to get to a light section because right now I'm upset with having chosen something that dark. But hopefully it'll get to a light section. I have a total of 3 of these and 2 of the mohair. But it is very much lighter than if it were all in the worsted. I mean, that part is nifty.
I was going to say, if you really don't love it, we can frog it and you can use that mohair with your Brava and you can make a love note.
I may do that because I'm not loving this.
I mean, really I've now technically made 2 love notes. That's how much I like it.
And there's mohair in that?
Not in the baby one, because if didn't want her nomming on it by accident and choking. But mine does.
I really
my gray one
like this. I think I would like this. I'd like this being made up. And yes, I think I could do that. And this would go quite well.
Yes, it would. It would give some dimension to the knit picks. Or you could pick another sweater that has 2 held together. It doesn't have to be the love note. It can be something else.
Pretty. I think I'm going to pull it out.
You're welcome.
Okay. That's what we're going to do.
But yeah, we can look up. There's a few sweaters that I think you would really like.
Right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Good. And it's a shame because I did like the Sequnce knitting class.
And did you like the actual knitting of it besides the colors that you're having trouble with right now?
Yes. Yes, that part I like, but the colors I don't think are showing up the pattern.
So maybe next time, or
I would get something that's fairly close, almost like that green and light green that you were using, just a little bit more, because this is not floating my boat.
You would want a solid.
I would want a solid, I think, and I think I want to do the pattern that has it where it is makes chevrons.
Okay.
So I think the chevron pattern is more my thing. So we will just wind this back up.
Good plan.
Yes. Glad I spoke to you about it.
I'm glad you did too.
Yes. Have I started anything else? I have not started anything else. I will, however, start something. And the question is, do I start something down on the floor, which I probably should do because that'll liberate another pair of needles.
Yes, I think you should do that.
Maybe the art yarn?
Ooh, yes. You have been talking about that recently.
I think I'll liberate the art yarn. You want to reach around there and get the art yarn? It's in a bag. Well, it's the white one. The white.
Oh, I see it.
Yarn.
It's in a plastic grocery bag.
Well.
It's on your chow goose.
Yeah. What else is in here?
What?
Well, this isn't going to go in there.
No, but I think this goes with this, doesn't it?
I don't know what we were doing.
What were you doing?
I don't know, but it does seem to go together.
I think these go with this.
It was a skirt. That was a skirt. That was an art yarn skirt. Okay, so, and it needed this mohair.
Yep.
All right, so you've
got 2 projects in here.
I do. And I've got my linen stitch bag that I can put it in. I think, because what happens is this baby sweater on size 2 needles, last night my hands started to cramp. Yeah. And I need an adult size project to do that. All right. We will then work on another missing in action. Yes. Very good. So thank you. Thank you for that help. Yes, we will get that done.
Yes, we could look at, and then I have a few sweaters I'm thinking of that you could use that mohair and the knit picks with.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep. I have done more work on the Vertices Unite blanket. This is where it currently is at. I tried to get it to the point here, but I was very sleepy when I was working on it. And I did not bring this with me because it is quite large.
Yes, it is. And you got to Nashville on a plane.
Yes. So that. And then I took my angle sweater yarn, which is the mohair, but I didn't work on it. Like, I didn't cast it on. But I did pick back up my Starflake, which I'm realizing we are now at section 3. It is no longer portable.
Really?
It's quite large. And it's 2 skeins. It's like it's 2-colored garter right now. I decided to go with the garter instead of the brioche. Yeah, because I've done a lot of brioche recently, and I think the garter will look nice in these colors.
I think so.
So yeah, but I started to do it while we were out in Nashville, but it's just I thought it was going to be a little bit less involved than it is, and it's still pretty involved. But that's Stephen West for you.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to. I just realized I don't have any purse knitting for tomorrow.
Socks. Take that, socks.
Yeah. I know I need to figure out what it's going to be. Or I can figure out what's...
Skew socks?
I could do that.
Because they fit you so well.
I know, I do that. I do those so well.
They fit me well, too.
That was real cute.
You like that?
That was real cute.
I was pretty proud of that.
That was real cute. But yeah, so...
So the other reason why I'm lit is that my husband decided to finally bring the real estate agent in just to get an idea of what to do with this house. I've been talking master bedroom suite in his old office. And he's going, I don't know if that would sell. I don't know if that's a really good idea, all that kind of stuff. So I heard him talking to the real estate agent on the phone. He says, we really need to figure out whether it'll be worth it to make changes on this house or whether we sell this house and move to a different house. So I got him looking at real estate over the weekend, which was so much fun.
For her.
For me.
From what I'm hearing, not so much fun for Dad.
Well, he
doesn't do well with
change.
Big change.
And we went to see a house that was within a good price range.
Yes, it was phenomenally priced, but...
Center Island. But there was water, standing water in the basement. And it's interesting because we look at all parts of a house when we go investigating them. He had brought his flashlight of doom so that he could look in the flashlight she gave him.
Twice. I have given it to him twice. The first one...
Lots of lumens.
The first one he dropped in the bay.
Yes. So anyway...
So the fishies have a really good flashlight.
Yes.
No, but it's a flash... It's like his friends call it the flashlight of destiny.
Yes.
Or the beam of destiny.
Yes, because it's very bright and you can find all kinds of things in the dark, in the water.
Yes.
On the water, like you're mooring.
Yeah.
So anyway, we keep the boat out on Center Island during the winter, so, having a house out on Center Island would be just fine. So I said, oh, look, here's one on our price range, let's go look at it. So I was amazed. I was
amazed. He said, okay.
Yeah, let's go look at it. So... It was on a very strange lot. It was very narrow but long. And the house looked like it just fit the width of the lot, which meant it was basically one room wide. They obviously, the people who built this house had a fascination with bathrooms or sinks, because every time you turned around there was another one. They had extra showers, like they had a shower in the laundry room.
I mean, if you had a dog, that's probably
I guess, but I'm just saying their needs did not fit our needs. No. So the house really, there was only one bathroom upstairs, so everybody shared the master bathroom.
Oh dear Lord!
Like no. So, but then we got down and we were, I think, the only group that went and looked at the basement.
In the basement.
And the basement had standing water.
Oh
we haven't had rain that much. I mean, and this house was up on a hill. So it's the water table
isn't low
enough. There. No.
Yeah.
The water table is much lower than this house.
Yeah.
If the water table was where this basement was, this house would be on an island by
goodness.
itself. It's not. It's at the head of the street, and there's a lot of other houses on the street. So we really can't. There's some problem.
Yeah.
With the way the house is laid out. So that was Saturday.
Yep.
At an open house. Sunday, I found a house that was having an open house out on Eaton's Neck, which is another place that it's near Northport, and it's a place that we sail by on our way going out east, and therefore being a little bit further east means we could get out to Block Island faster. And in the summertime it would be cooler, all that kind of stuff. So we went to see this house that was in kind of a forested area. It is in relatively move-in condition except for the porch that's on the second floor. And it has rotted like Poppy's porch did. So your father is not happy about that. And he says it would be an enormous job to change it. I don't think it's an enormous job. If my father could do it, get it done, anybody could get it done. But be that as it may. The house itself was lovely. As I said, move-in condition, except don't walk on the second floor porch. Not a problem. There was a room that would be perfect for my yarn. Sorry. It had a basement. There were no smells. It was lovely. It had a pool. And then you looked out in the back down to a pond, which then emptied out into the bay at Northport. I mean, it's right by Asheroken, if anybody knows that area. So then I had also copied down the numbers of other houses on Eaton's Neck that were for sale. And my husband at this point is saying, it's pretty far out here. It's pretty far to go. And I said, well, while we're out here, why don't we look at the rest of them? So we did. And most of the others, there were things wrong. And you could see it from the street. So we just drove by them and said, okay, glad we saw it, but not for us. And then we went to one that overlooks the beach. And we couldn't get in it, and we called the real estate agent, and she was traveling because it is President's Weekend. And so we just said, okay, we'll try calling again tomorrow. We were having troubles with the connection. So we called again today, and she says, I can arrange for someone to go unlock the house so you can get in. I said, great, we'll be out there in 45 minutes. So we went out, and what looked like a house that looked very much like my mother's house down in New Jersey ended up being a house where raccoons and squirrels have taken up lodging. So I could see where they have eaten into the underside of the roof or the soffit to get into the house. And then when we went into the house, we found the hole in the bedroom ceiling and I want to call it stuffing, but it's insulation that has come down with said animals as they came into the house.
Oh my God.
There were spider webs everywhere with dead spiders. So this house has been derelict for a long, long time. Long time. The brick front porch has disappeared. Or it may have been brick underpinning and then a wooden top, and the wooden top is gone. The view is gorgeous.
But it's not worth it.
But it's not worth it. My husband has never been good at looking at
the potential.
The potential. And I come from a family who looks at all kinds of potential.
Yeah.
My father would have bought this in a heartbeat.
Oh, completely. At that price, yeah.
Yeah, in a heartbeat. Because on either side, the houses are stupendous. But Richard doesn't want to get involved in licenses and permitting and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, we are back.
Mind you, that his daughter works in this industry.
Right. And could help.
He always forgets in these moments that I am part of the family.
Yes.
Because no, you are not. No.
It's very difficult. Very, very difficult.
I do this for a living.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, it is far out. I mean, get to the closest grocery store is a good 25 minutes.
Okay.
And Asheroken floods periodically. And Asheroken is the only way in or out of Eaton's Neck. Now, I can tell you that we would never be permanently lost out there because that's where the Coast Guard are. Coast Guards have a station on Eaton's Neck. So you know that they will get that road open. And or they will evacuate you using the Coast Guard boats. But be that as it may, as of right now, he's not interested. No. So we continue. We continue to gather information and continue the search. Yep. And so it's been interesting.
How was your knee appointment?
Oh,
your date with the doctor.
The date with the doctor went very well.
You're having some issue with mohair over here.
Yes. Then I'm going to get a partial knee replacement.
Okay. Why is it a partial versus a full?
Because I'm a perfect candidate for a partial. Because it is only on bone on one side.
Okay.
There is still cartilage on the other side. I'm not immensely overweight. I do exercise. I do my physical therapy religiously. He was very impressed that I've been doing.
Did he think you were lying until Dad was like, "No, she's a crazy woman"?
No. He did not.
Good.
I said, well, it started almost 2 years ago. It would be 2 years in July. Mm-hmm. And I've been doing physical therapy pretty much ever since. And he goes, I am so impressed. He goes, yes, if you're able to, do your physical therapy. And I said, yeah, because that's why I'm still walking. Partial knee replacement. He uses a robot.
Okay.
And he said, well, my robot and I said, oh, does your robot have a name? I thought I was going to name it Mike or Shirley or something. It's called a Mako robot.
So his name is Mako.
Mako, right.
Okay.
Because it's a very guy thing. And so,
they usually don't name their robots. They usually just call them by their
maker name,
by their given manufacturer and model type.
But we said my robot. I
know.
Well, it could be Robert. Who knows?
It's like how some people name their
cars.
iRobot. The what is the vacuum?
The iRobot.
Roomba.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe Rosie. I mean, she was the robot in Jetsons. I mean, I was just... So anyway, and Personality Plus.
Oh, good.
Everybody would say, well, you got to check his bedside manner. I thought he was on Zoloft or something. He was like, hi, how are you? Bounced into the room. And
good.
Very, very sweet. Like a comical.
Good.
His father started is well known in the orthopedic field, apparently, and started the clinic for knee replacement at Hospital for Special Surgery.
Good.
So your father's quite chuffed that it runs in the family. So it's like, this isn't some cowboy hot dog. It's someone who has, it's someone like himself.
Yes.
Who has been taught knee replacement at the hands of his father. So
yes.
He was very happy about the whole
thing.
Oh, good. I can tell you that the other knee apparently looks fine. The only reason it sores is because I'm leaning on it.
Okay.
Both hips look great.
Good.
Yes.
I'm glad they took an X-ray of everything because sometimes it can be derivative.
Yes. So we did a toe-to hip X-ray, and he said the good news is everything else looks fine. I said great. So apparently my knee problem started from the meniscus pop. And has, since I lost the stability on that side, it took the cartilage with it. And I've read that it can happen that way. So the knee appointment went really well. The problem is his schedule was really full.
Well, yeah, so if he's that good.
Now, I am scheduled for July 8th. But I'm waiting to get a phone call from them because they've asked for more surgical time in the OR, and if he gets more surgical time, then it's likely I'll come up the list to either March or April. Okay, that would be excellent. So we've got a lot going on, and I don't want to kind of overload myself with moving too soon. So 220 yards. So I've got 660 yards of DK. I've got to find something to do with that now. We'll put that up.
There's a lot you can
And then I found that whole thing of Rowan Calmer.
Yeah, I remember
taking that
apart.
That needs to find a sweater too. I'm thinking a summer, maybe symmetry.
I think you look up calmer, because
Yes.
calmer, and pick a pattern that's made for it, because it's got elastic in it.
Yes, it does.
I'm looking at the ball band that's in here, and it's cotton, 80% cotton, and it's 20% elite polyester. Not elastic. It looked like elastic, but now that I'm, reading it more
I
fully,
thought it felt like elastic.
but it's very, because of the way it's plied, it's very springy. So I would suggest looking on Ravelry for patterns designed for this yarn.
Absolutely.
Because I don't think
Kim Hargraves has made a lot of sweaters for it.
Well, then that's good. But I think we usually don't advocate to pick patterns that are, or pick
to pick according to the yarn name.
Thank you.
But yes, because I have made this is obviously something I tried to make something out of before and I didn't like it.
Yeah, it's...
Well, I remember that's what it was. It was like one sleeve too long, one sleeve too short. It was sad.
Yeah.
It was sad. So I'm going to look, after this, I'm going to look up some calmer patterns.
Yeah.
Because I need to give my hands a rest.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I know you had said something about the quilt in Chloe's room.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I had shown you the Instagrams.
Yes. Well, I forgot. So I went and Lauren took me in there and I went, oh my goodness. I mean, it really,
it's a quilt my mom made for my cousin when my cousin was born.
Yes.
So in 1985.
Yes. And it's all done by hand. So it's an applique quilt that was appliqued by hand. So all the pieces are sewn on by hand. It's all quilted by hand. It took me 6 months. And it's a Noah's Ark. And it's above Chloe's bed in her bedroom. And I thought that was... So anyway, my niece is definitely knitworthy.
Oh,
if she's saving a quilt that I made so many years ago. Yeah. And your father said he almost blurted out, I don't remember that.
He caught himself, though, which I'm very proud of him.
He did. He caught himself.
So this weekend we should take a look at the christening gown. And see if we can oxy, because you have OxyClean downstairs.
I do?
I think so. I thought I saw some.
We'll have to look.
But we should see if we can do that.
We will
if not, we'll just make her a new one.
Yeah, all right. I mean, that one really has a lot of history going.
No. But if we can't unyellow it, we'll see. We'll see what.
And show it to her.
No, because Lauren and I both agree that it'd be cute to have Chloe in it as well. We would just have because Lauren was saying to me,
take the lace off.
Take the lace. We could replace the lace. So let's see if we can revive it, and if not, we'll just replace the lace.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and then we add my name to the list, and then we
go on from there.
Sounds great. Yeah. So it's been quiet because I've been away.
Well, see, but if you want, I could go. Down detail by detail about these houses because that's
I know
what I was doing.
You're so excited. I know, and I got a lot of texts about this, y'all. I was away, and I know.
I couldn't believe it, but
it's okay. Yes. It's okay. But it was very funny because I'm getting all these texts, and everyone else is getting texts from their boyfriends and fiancés and husbands and stuff, and I'm like, my mom, and everyone's like, what about your boyfriend? I'm like, oh, he's texting me too, but not as exciting as my mother's apparently convinced my father to go house looking. And everyone's like, your mother has convinced your father. What happened to your father? Because they all know my dad.
Yeah, it's like, he's here and he's staying.
Well, and it was so funny. I told them how, because we were talking about something, and I was like, I said to Emily, I was like, Emily, I know you won't take offense to this because, we've met my father, everyone has met my father, and I go, yeah, he was asking who's going on this trip, and I said everyone, and he was like, oh, I know Janine, she's the one who flooded the bathtub, and then Janine goes, that was my, worst moment as a guest at anyone's house, and I was like, yes, well, he says that, and then my mother goes, she was very sick, leave her alone, because she had a very bad head cold. And then, Katie, he knows, because he remembers them coming to Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And then Sarah and Greg, and then Emily, he's always like, and Cassie is always here, so, and
Emily stayed here.
And Emily has stayed here.
She's done the Quidditch.
Yeah, she came here for Quidditch World Cup. So... He has met her multiple times. Does not remember her. And she just goes, I'm okay with that. And I was like, yeah, I told him that you were here when Janine was here. And he goes, well, but I'm sorry. And she was like, I don't care about it. I was
Sorry,
like, I know, but I just found it funny that he remembered everyone. And then he asked about Fernando, who is Katie's partner. And Katie just looked at me and goes, what?
It's a guy.
What? But yeah, it was just very funny because my father was a good, 20-minute bit for us.
Yes.
Especially with all this house. They're all like, your mother has convinced your father to do what now? Really?
Well, that's why I was so excited.
I know. Well, we were very excited for you too. But yeah, we did not get much Netflixing in because the Airbnb did not have a Netflix TV.
A streaming theme.
Yes, I know.
Luckily, they keep adding shows, and they keep sending me emails.
Oh, no.
Do you know what we're going to start doing next week? And I'm like, I don't know, but I can't wait to watch it.
This is retirement, apparently, for my mother.
Well, I do have to grade some stuff for classes, and I made up the midterm.
Oh, good.
For this week for the engineering
Oh, yeah, they were
class.
also just very amused that you were responding to me when we were out at, 10, 11 o'clock in Nashville. And I'm like, guys, do you not remember? My parents don't sleep. Like, I don't sleep and my parents don't sleep. Like, this is
I would have been
not a weird
responding
thing.
at 1 a.m.
I know. Well, that's why I kept texting you. I mean, and then they were so funny. We went to one of the bars and there was a really good singer, and they did Man, I Feel Like a Natural Woman, and I was like, all right. So I started videotaping it, and then everyone started dancing, so I videotaped everyone dancing, and everyone's like, wait, who'd you send that to? And I was like, my mom. And they were like, checks out. That's okay. I was like, I'm not going to post it to social media. I sent it to my mother. And they were like, okay.
That's fine.
But I thought that was very cute.
Very cute.
But also, that was quite late, because then we also kept forgetting about the 1 hour time difference.
Ah.
So, yeah.
That I didn't realize that when I was waiting for your plane to touch down there.
Oh.
And then I realized there was a 1 hour time difference.
Mm.
So anyway, well, I'm glad you had a good time.
I did.
Very nice.
It was fun. I think Laura would have a good time. It sounds like it's a very Laura city.
I would think it would be.
But yeah, so that was that. So I think
there's remember when we were down there together? There was a bicycle caravan.
Mm-hmm.
It's a jitney.
Yeah.
And you drink at the various stops, and then you get on this thing and you bicycle to the next place. I would be falling off. Yes. We went out to dinner while you were gone.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
Is this podcast stuff, or is this...
Yes.
Okay.
It's at...
Waterzooey?
No. It's at a steak place down by the Dunkin' Donuts on Northern Boulevard. You know that cut through that we go, and the Dunkin' Donuts is on this side, and there's a gas station behind the gas station.
Did you go to Peter Luger's?
No. Peter Luger's is in Great Neck. This is, as you're coming up Roslyn Road, through Roslyn, and you make the turn to go to that 5-point star.
5-point star.
There's Cablevision there. There's a shade store there. Dunkin' Donuts is over here. Bryant Cooper's.
Oh.
We went to Bryant and Cooper's. Bryant Cooper's. Something like that. It was wonderful.
Bryant and Cooper.
It was wonderful.
Good.
Wonderful. It wasn't too noisy, so even though they have the typical steakhouse wooden floors and nothing to deaden the sound, it was very nice.
Good.
It was light. So instead of being dark, it was light. And they were like normal waiters, not people who are like, well, we're Peter Luger's.
We're not a Peter Luger's family, if you can't tell.
The food is good.
It's okay. It's not the best steakhouse in New York. No. It's just not. But it's well known. Cash only for no reason.
Oh, well, your father thinks it's for fraud. for not paying your taxes if you're doing cash only.
Oh, he thinks it's fraudulent on their end.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
I was like,
they're
okay,
taking
Dad.
cash in, so
they're not declaring all of it.
Maybe not necessarily declaring everything that they get. That was his idea, because as a business owner, sometimes people asked him if they would get a discount for cash, and he says it's the price is the price.
Yeah.
You know, I declare all of my income because he does not want to be audited. So this place takes credit cards. And
I'm pretty sure most 90% of steakhouses in New York, even in Manhattan,
now
take credit card.
Anyway,
Sparks, where we went for our Christmas dinner,
they have a butcher attached.
Oh, so you got?
No, I haven't, but I'm going to this coming week. The meat was really good, so I thought I would go and check out the butcher and see how their meat is there, which would give me then 2 places to get meat, one at Uncle Giuseppe's and the other at Bryant Cooper's. And I pass by Bryant Cooper's a lot in our travels up to physical therapy. So I'm kind of excited. I sent an email off to our friend who goes to our church, who is in real estate, to see if she will take us to 2 places in Port Washington, which I think is what your father's really interested in doing. Which would be okay with me.
He misses his people.
Well, he
won't say it.
It wouldn't be that big a change. We could walk to the boat club.
Yeah, you could walk to the club. It's a 10-minute drive to church.
Exactly.
It's the same library he knows.
It's the same physical therapist.
Like, honestly, you all could walk to the physical therapist on nice days.
Or I could take my bike.
Or you could take your bike. I understand why you left Port. I think Dad is a very Port person.
I think he is too. I mean, we own 2 houses.
Oh, yeah.
So it didn't make any sense to keep 2 houses
as long as like there's a place where I can park, we're good.
I think that's not a problem.
I'm just saying.
Okay. So anyway, it's been a busy weekend,
Yeah,
and I've been knitting, obviously, but this took forever.
I've been on these sleeves forever.
But I'm home a lot of the day.
I'm at 3 inches of sleeve of ribbing, and I need 5 at least before I'm trying it on. Huh? Who's texting you?
Never mind. I'll get back to him. It's the guy at the health club.
Oh, I was like, is Dad texting you now from downstairs?
No.
It's your trainer?
No. Whoops. No.
I now see the pleats so much better because I've been looking at the wrong side whenever you've held it up. But yeah. Well, while Mom responds, these sleeves, they're going to be a bit balloony. We'll see how they go if I can block them out a little less balloony, due to the ribbing, obviously. I don't know. Hopefully they'll look cute. And I should have enough then to do the little collar. But fingering weight on size 5s. Ribbing is taking a while, but I do believe we've been waffling for a little bit.
Well, yes, so we'll stop.
Yes.
And I will keep knitting on. I now we'll look up the Calmer.
Yes.
And get a pattern for that.
Yes.
We will work on the art yarn. When this gets to be too difficult. We frogged You
did frog the sequence knitting.
The sequence knitting because it wasn't hitting a happy space for me. It needs to be pinker. More fuchsia.
Yeah.
Because it needs to go with my coat.
Yeah.
So both of them need to be more fuchsia. It shouldn't be the light. And we'll find a pattern for the other. So we've done a lot, right? Yeah. When we're talking to people. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We do waffle occasionally. But, we're so glad you're here. We really appreciate it.
So it's been great talking to you all.
Yes.
Weave in those ends, and we'll talk next week.
Bye.